Hello there, hardworking students. Welcome to this video and welcome to this channel. My name is Kairat and I'm a math tutor based here in Hong Kong. And here I come with a new IBDP video for you guys. I uploaded a video a few years ago and it has got a lot of responses. And I hope you will enjoy this video as well. So in this paper, 2016 May, paper 1 times on 2, we will see questions like quadratics, logarithms, mean, variance, geometric sequences, sector area, functions, vectors, Venn diagrams, tree diagrams, differentiation and integration, and finding the areas. I would suggest you guys to take 1 hour of your time, block it out, and then watch this video completely, pause the video to read the question, understand the question first before looking on the solution. Please read the question a couple times and only then look on the solution the way I solve it. Okay, so without any further ado, let's go to this class. Alright guys, welcome back to this video. My name is Kairat. I'm a math tutor here in Hong Kong, and this video is coming to you straight from my office in Hong Kong. So let's go to this paper and the question 1 very quickly through section A, and then we'll go to section B. Question 1, quadratic equation. The vertex at 3, 1. So pause this video, make sure you read this carefully, clearly, and then only continue this video. So the vertex is 3 and minus 1, x-intercepts are 2 and 4, function can be written as h minus x minus h squared plus k. Write down the value of h and k. So it's very simple. H is 3, k is minus 1. Okay, so if the vertex was 7 and let's say minus 5, then h would be 7 and k would be minus 5. Okay, the function can also be written as x minus a, x minus b, or then a and b. So here a and b are intercepts. So a is 2, b is 4. And then it doesn't matter if you are a is 4 and b is 2. The order doesn't matter. So a is 2, b is 4. Find the y-intercept. To find the y-intercept, you would sub in x equal to 0. So when you sub in x equal to 0, using any one of these two equations, so let's just use x minus 2, x minus 4, this equation. So y is equal to 0 minus 2 and 0 minus 4, which is equal to 8, okay? Because minus 2 times minus 8 minus 4 is 8, right? So let's go to the next question from here. The next one, question 2. There are 10 items in a data set. The sum of items is 60. Find the mean. Mean is found by dividing the sum over number of items. Number of items. So in this case, mean is 60 divided by 10 is 6. 6 is the mean. Part B. The variance of the data set is 3. Each value is multiplied by 4. Write down the new mean of the data. So in this case, times 4, that means mean will also multiply by 4. So the new mean will be 6 times 4 is equal to 24. Now the variance, the new variance in this question, it was 3. So we'll multiply 3 by 4 squared. It will be 3 times 16, it's 48. Okay, so I'll give you another example. So if each the value was increased by, let's say, by 5, increased by 5, not times by 5, but increased by 5. That will mean that mean will also increase by 5, and variance in that case will not change. So there is no change with the variance, no change. But let's say if it was divided by 2, so each data value is divided by 2. That's gonna mean that mean will be also divided by 2, and variance would be divided by 2 squared. Another example, if every data value is multiplied by 10, mean will be multiplied by 10, variance will be multiplied by 10 squared. As simple as that, okay? Question 3. Logarithm question. So part A, find ln 5 divided by 3. So in this example, we'll use simple formula, which is ln A over B is simply equal to ln A minus ln B. So using this, it's ln 5 over 3 is equal to ln 5 minus ln 3, okay? Which is equal to y minus x, because y is ln 5, x is ln 3. Alright. Seems like I moved too much to the right. So, part B. ln 45. So, ln 45, now 45, well now it's going to be 3 times 3 times 5. 3 times 3 times 5 is 45. And we're going to use this rule. ln a times b is equal to ln a plus ln b. But actually this can be extended to 3 items as well. ln a times b times c is equal to ln a plus ln b plus ln c. Actually this formula can be extended to any number of terms. So ln 3 times 5 is equal to ln 3 plus ln 3 plus ln 5, which is equal to x plus y, which is equal to 2x plus y, okay? 2x plus y is the answer. Alright, let's continue with the question number 4. Feel free to stop this video, read the question, and then only watch the solution. So, 3 consecutive terms of a geometric sequence are x minus 3, 6, and x plus 2. Find the possible values of x. So, values. There might be 2 or more solutions. So, keyword is values. Multiple solutions, maybe. So, geometric sequence, we know that ratio is equal to when we divide the term by the previous term. So in this case, the previous term of 6 is x minus 3. So we can divide 6 by x minus 3 to get the ratio. In the same way, we can get the ratio if we divide this x plus 2 with the previous term, which is 6. Okay? Consecutive here means this is the first term, and the next term 6, and x plus 2 is the after that. So consecutive 1 by 1. Okay, in order. So ratio is equal to the ratio. What this means is 6 over x minus 3 is equal to x plus 2 over 6. Okay, from here we're going to do the so-called cross multiplication. Multiply the opposite elements. So 6 times 6 will be equal to x minus 3 multiplied with the opposite one, which is x plus 2. So 36 is equal to x squared, and then x times positive 2 is plus 2x, minus 3 times x is minus 3x, minus 3 times plus 2 is minus 6, okay? So 36 is equal to x squared minus x minus 6. Take this 36 and move it to the other side, to the right hand side. So x squared minus x minus 6 and minus 36 is equal to 0. So 36 moving to the other side becomes negative, okay? So then x squared minus x minus 42 is equal to 0. So from here we factorize x minus 7 and x plus 6 is equal to 0. If you need help with this factorization, please leave the comments down below. I will probably need to make another video for this, which is out of the scope of this video. So from here, the 2 solutions will be x minus 7 is equal to 0, 2 cases, or x plus 6 is equal to 0. So in the first case, what we got is x will be equal to 7. In the second case, when x plus 6 is equal to 0, what we'll have is x is equal to minus 6, okay? So 2 solutions, 7 and minus 6. Next question, 5. The following diagram shows a triangle ABC and a sector BDC, okay? Of a circle with center B and radius 6 cm. The points A, B, D are on the same line. A, B, D are on the same line. Okay, so this is what's given. AB is 2 root 3. BC is 6 cm, area of triangle ABC. Okay, area of triangle ABC here is given, 3 root 3 cm squared. ABC is obtuse. Obtuse is the angle which is larger than 90 and less than 180. Okay, find angle ABC. So we got to find this angle here. As you might know, the area of triangle is given by 1 over 2 times A times B times sine theta, where theta is the angle between the 2 sides. So in this case, for triangle ABC, now since we're given the length of AB and the length of BC is also given, let's call this angle ABC as theta. Okay, so from here, what's going to happen? Area of ABC will be equal to 1 over 2, multiplied by the AB, which is 2 root 3, times that by BC, which is 6, and times that by sine of angle ABC. ABC, okay? So area of ABC is given, which is 3 root 3. It's equal to, now 1 root 2 times 2 root 3 times 6 will be equal to this 2 and 2 will cancel out. So 6 root 3 times sine of angle ABC. Okay, I hope it's clear. So from here, the next step is divide. Just divide by 6 root 3, both sides. So what's going to happen is sine ABC will be equal to 3 root 3 divided by 6 root 3, which means that root 3 will cancel out. 3 over 6 is 1 over 2. So sine ABC is equal to 1 over 2. From here, there are two solutions. As you might know, the angle ABC, you should know this very well at this point, I hope, will be equal to 30 degrees or 150 degrees. And since ABC is of choose, we're going to choose this 150 degrees. Okay? That's the value of ABC, angle ABC, part B. Find the exact area of the sector BDC. Sector BDC is the sector area right here. What's the angle here? The small angle will be equal to 30 because 180 minus 150, and 150 is the angle ABC, is equal to 30 degrees. Okay, so 30 degrees is the angle B of the sector BDC. So sector area is equal to pi r squared times theta divided by 360. And in this case, the radius is 6 cm, so pi times 6 squared times theta in this case of the sector is 30 degrees, 30 over 360. So using calculator, calculate this quickly, and it's going to be equal to and also the keyword here is the exact. Exact means don't approximate, don't estimate. So just leave out this pi. So keep pi there. Okay. So 6 squared. Let's just simplify this. 30 and 360. 12 here. 1. So 36 is 6 squared is 36. 36 divided by 12 is 3. So 3 pi is the exact area. Final answer is 3 pi. No need to multiply. You will not be doing this 3 times pi or 10 point something. Don't do it. Okay. Next question. I hope this was clear. If not, leave the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and you'll be updated with all of the videos that come onto this channel. Okay. So question 6. Let fx be equal to 6x root 1 minus x squared for x between minus 1 and 1, gx cos x. hx is f of gx. Now this is a composite function, so part A, write hx in the form a sine bx, where a, b, element of z. So this notation here means a and b are integers. Integers are numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or minus 5, minus 6, minus 7, minus 10, and so on. Okay? So hx now is equal to f of gx. Now this is no different from f bracket gx. Okay, and then what's going to happen is f, instead of gx here, we're going to substitute the cos x, f of cos x. So the next step from here is going to be f of cos x. Since f of x is given by this expression here, what we're going to do is just, instead of x, we'll put cos x. So 6 times cos x square root 1 minus cos x squared. Okay? Cosine squared x. And as you might everyone know this very, very well, this expression in trigonometry, I would argue that this is probably the most important one. Sine squared x plus cosine squared x is equal to 1. So from here, sine squared x is equal to 1 minus cosine squared x. So why do we do this? Is because here inside the square root we have 1 minus cosine squared x. So this is equal to 6 cos x square root of sine squared x. And from here, 6 cos x root sine squared x is simply sine x. Now, from here onwards, what we're going to use is double angle formula. Double angle formula is like this. Sine of 2x is equal to 2 sine x times cosine x. Okay, sine of 2x is equal to 2 sine x cos x. So, as you can see here, we have 6 cos x sine x. We can split this up into 3 multiplied with the 2 times sine x times cosine x. The order doesn't matter. Cos x sine x, just swap them around. Doesn't matter at all. So this 2 sine x cosine x is simply going to be sine of 2x, so sine of 2x. Okay, 3, just copy down 3, and sine of 2x. Okay, hope this is clear. If not, then as always, leave the comments down below if you need further clarification. So part B. Hence find the range of h. Now the range of h is going to be, since we have found hx is equal to 3 of sine 2x, we know the sine function goes from -1 to +1. So the range of hx is going to be from -3 up to the 3. Okay, this is the range. All right, so moving forward, question 7. Let u be equal to, this is a vector question. U is equal to -3i plus j plus k, and v is equal to mj plus nk, where m and element of real numbers. Given that v is a unit vector is a vector that has a magnitude of 1, perpendicular to u. So when two vectors are perpendicular, it's like this, perpendicular, it means that when we dot product, their dot product is -1. But I'm gonna mention this. I'm just saying, just brief intro. Find the possible values of m and n. Okay, so what do we know? Now is that here are a few things to know about vectors. Perpendicular vectors. What we know about them, let's say perpendicular vectors. So in this case, v and u are perpendicular. So that means dot product v dot u is equal to 0. This is what's gonna happen when the vectors are perpendicular. And dot product, as you might know, so let's see, v, what's the vector v like? Well, vector v is given by, what's the I component of vector v? It doesn't exist, so it's 0. What's the j component of vector b? Oh, vector v, it's m. What's the k component of vector v? It's m. Now, how about vector u? What's the I component of vector u? It's -3. J, 1, k, 1. Okay, so dot product is gonna look like this. V dot u is equal to, basically, we multiply the I components, so 0 times -3, okay, 0 times -3, add m times 1, so m times 1, and then n times 1, plus n times 1. As you can see, we just multiply I components, j components, and k components, and add them up. This has to be equal to 0, right, because they are perpendicular to each other. So 0 times -3 is 0, m times 1, n plus m times 1 is 1, n times 1 is 1. So what's going to happen is m plus n from here is equal to 0. That's the first equation we got from dot product. Okay, so next thing we know is that v here is a unit vector. That means that magnitude of v is 1. Which means that, well, to find magnitude of v here, we'll just do the following. It's m squared plus n squared. Just square the j component and k component. This is equal to 1. Okay, magnitude is equal to 1. So this is the second equation that we got. Now to find m and n, we just solve the simultaneous equations. So from the equation here, what we can do is m is equal to -n, and take this and substitute into this equation here. So what's going to happen is root, instead of m squared, we're going to put -n squared plus n squared is equal to 1. So -n squared is the same as n squared. N squared plus n squared is 2n squared is equal to 1, which means that which means the following. It means that root 2 times root n squared is equal to 1, which means that root n squared is equal to 1 over root 2. And from here, n can be positive, can be negative, so what's going to happen is 4th root n is equal to plus or minus 1 over 2. Oh, okay, let's not do this way, so let's just do an easier way. So from this step, we're going to square both sides. So square the left hand side and square the right hand side. So what's going to happen is left hand side is just 2n squared is equal to 1 squared is 1. Okay, because the square and the root will cancel out. So the next step, n squared is equal to 1 over 2, which means that n is equal to plus or minus root 1 over 2. So the first case is when n is equal to positive 1 over root 2. That means m is equal to negative root 1 over 2. Second case, when n is equal to negative 1 over 2 square root, m will be equal to 1 over 2 square root. That's all because m is equal to negative n. They're just the opposite sign of each other. Okay, these are the solutions. These are the possibilities. Alright, so these are the possible values of m and n. Keep in mind, when you're asked to find possible values, very often you will have 2 cases or 3 cases. Okay? Otherwise, the question would ask, find the possible value. But since here we're asked possible values, then there are 2 possibilities, most likely. Section B. Okay, Venn diagram question. Pause this video, read the question, understand the question, what the question is asking, and then after this, let's continue with the question. Okay. In class of 21 students, 12 own a laptop, 10 own a tablet, and 3 own neither. The following Venn diagram shows the events own a laptop and own a tablet. Alright, the values P, Q, R, S represent the numbers of students. Write down the value of P. Now P is outside the 2 circles, and we're told that 3 own neither. So automatically P is equal to 3. 3 students own nothing. So find the value of Q. Q here means number of students who own both laptop and tablet. So to solve this, there are a few ways to solve it. There's a so-called addition rule. Maybe some of you have seen this, maybe you haven't seen this, but that's something that I like using. So what we're gonna do now here, or we can do simultaneous equations. So it's the following. So let's look on the laptop circle. Laptop is R plus Q. So that means R plus Q is equal to how many students own laptop? 12. Let's look on the tablet circle. Q plus S. Q plus S is equal to 10. And when we add R plus Q plus S is number of students who own either laptop or a tablet. So let's do this. R plus Q plus S is equal to, so how many of them are there? So 21 in total, 3 own neither, that means it's 18. 18 students own at least something. So if we look on these 2 equations now, let's subtract side by side. When we subtract, Q and Q will cancel out, S and S will cancel out, so we're left with R. R will be equal to 18 minus 10 is 8. That's the R. Now, using this R and substitute back into the first equation, R plus Q is equal to 12. That means Q is equal to 4, okay, because 8 plus 4 is equal to 12. And the last thing to find is the value of S. So use this equation, Q plus S is equal to 10. We know that Q is 4, so that means S is equal to what? 6? Okay, so we found the value of Q, which is 4. Just 4 here. R is, what is R? 8, and S is 6. So, part B. A student is selected at random from the class. Write down the probability that this student owns a laptop. So, how many students own a laptop? 12 students own a laptop. So the answer to this question will be 12 out of total number of students is 21. Of course, you can simplify this. If you simplify it with 4 out of 7, right? 4 over 7, just simplify by 3. So find the probability that this student owns a laptop or a tablet, but not both. So number of students who own laptop only is R. Tablet only is S. But Q here, number of students who own both. So we don't count this Q for this question, fine. But not both. So R plus S, what's R plus S? R plus S will be 14, so the answer is 14 over 21, which is simplified by 7, it's 2 over 3. 2 over 3 is the answer for this question. So, copy and complete the tree diagram. Okay, so let's complete this tree diagram here. I hope you can see this Okay, so let's do like this. So 2 students are randomly selected from the class. Let L be the event a student owns a laptop. Okay. So we select the first student. Probability that the student owns a laptop is 12 out of 21, as we have seen, because 12 students own a laptop and 21 in total. So second student owns a laptop means 11 over 20. It's already given here. But if the first student selected doesn't own a laptop, then the second student selected, probability that that student owns a laptop will be, now how many students are there now who have laptops? Still 12, right? Because in the first choice here, we chose the student who doesn't own a laptop. So now we have 12 still remaining students who own a laptop, and then, but 20 on the bottom because it's 20 students left. So in the second one, how many students do not own the laptop? We already chose one. By going in this direction, we chose one student who doesn't own a laptop. So there are 8 students who don't own the laptop and 20 left in total. Okay, so it's always 21 here on the bottom, 20 here on the bottom, and just keeps decreasing, going down. Write down the probability that the second student owns a laptop given that the first student owns a laptop. This is a conditional probability. Please remember this formula. So the question here is second owns laptop given that first owns laptop. First owns laptop. This line means given. So there's a formula which is called Bayesian formula. This will be like this. Bayesian formula is like this, by the way. PA given B is equal to PA intersect B, or and B divided by PB. Okay? So here will be P second owns laptop, let's just call L, and first owns laptop. First owns laptop. And on the bottom we'll have probability of just first owns laptop. Okay, so let's simplify this. What's the probability of second owns a laptop and first owns a laptop? Okay, so first owns a laptop and second owns a laptop. We will just multiply 12 out of 21. 12 out of 21 times 11 out of 20. 11 out of 20. And on the bottom, first owns a laptop. So first owns a laptop, we can go in this way and that direction, or in this way and this direction. So there are 2 ways we can take, but we have to go in this direction first because first one owns a laptop. It doesn't matter what the second one owns laptop or doesn't own. So what's gonna happen is we'll multiply 12 by 20, 12 over 21 times 11 over 20, 11 over 20, plus this way, this direction, this path will give us 12 over 21 times 9 over 20. Alright? Okay, so when we simplify this, it will be, actually we can just keep it like this, 11 over 20. Actually, you know what? Probability of first owns a laptop can be even done in a simpler way. Probability of the first one owns a laptop is just 12 over 21. Because if you look closely, there's 12 over 21, 12 over 21, and there's 11 over 20, 9 over 20. What we're gonna do, if we just factorize 12 out of 21, bracket, 11 out of 20 plus 9 out of 20. You can see here that this is equal to 1. So that means it's equal to, we can just cancel out 12 out of 21, 12 out of 21, and then this is 1, so the answer is 11 out of 20. Okay, conditional probability. Next question. Hope this is clear. Volume question. Fred makes an open metal container in the shape of a cuboid as shown in the following diagram. Container has height x, width x, length y. The volume is 36 meter cubed. Let AX be the outside surface area. Okay, so the top is open show that A is equal to this expression. Okay, the first thing, volume is 36. That means when multiply height x times y is equal to 36, which means that x squared y is equal to 36. Now to find the surface area, the outside, we don't include the top. We do not include the top. So let's count. This side here is x times x, so x times x. How many of them are there? There is also on the side, so there are 2 of them. 2 times x plus. Now how about the front side here and the back side? The front side has the area of x times y, so plus xy, plus the back side also has the area of xy, and then the bottom also has the area of xy. So the total area here is 2x squared plus how many xy's you'll have? 3xy, right? So this is the area. Also, from the first equation here, x squared times y is equal to 36. What we can do is transform this into y is equal to 36 over x squared. Right? 36 over x squared. And from there, what's gonna happen is we take this value of y and substitute back into the equation of the surface area. So this is equal to 2x squared plus 3x. Instead of y, we'll put 36 over x squared is equal to 2x squared plus x and x will cancel out, so it's 108, because 3 times 36 is 108 over x. Okay, so we have arrived at the answer. Oh, I don't have enough space, my goodness, so I need to use a paper. So part B, find the a derivative of ax. So since we have found 2x squared plus 108 over x, also this is the same as saying 2x squared plus 108x to the power minus 1. So because it's easier to find derivative if it's in this form. So a derivative of x will be equal to 2x squared will be 2 times 2x, because derivative of x squared is 2x, right? And then plus 108 times minus 1 times x. Minus 1 becomes minus 2. So then 2 times 2x is 4x. And then 108 times minus 1 is minus 108 over x squared. Because x squared minus 2 is just on the bottom, the x squared. So the answer is 4x minus 108 over x squared. Alright, so moving forward, the part C. Given that the surface area is minimum, find the height of the container. Given that the surface area is minimum, find the height of the container. Okay, so what this means is the following. Surface area minimum. Now, we know that a derivative of x was equal to, from the previous step, 4x minus 108 over x squared. Now, the surface area is minimum or maximum only when the derivative is equal to 0. So, you set the derivative equal to 0, you will find a point, the value of x, for which the area is minimum or maximum. So find the derivative, make it equal to 0. From here, we solve for x. So from here, 4x is equal to 108 over x squared multiplied by x squared. So 4x times x squared is equal to 108. The next step is 4x cubed is equal to 108. Next step, divide by 4. So x cubed is equal to 108 over 4, which is 27. So x cubed is 27, which means that x is 3. So the question was find the height of the container. And the height, we know that the height is x. So we have found x is 3. Alright? So the height is 3. That's the answer. Alright, and the last part for question 9, part D. Fred paints the outside of the container. A tin paint covers a surface area of 10 meters squared and costs $20. Find the total cost of the tins needed to paint the container. Okay, so in this question, it's not really, when you read this question, you might think like, oh, we don't actually know the exact area because the area is given in terms of the x. We don't know what x is. But when you look on part C here, from part C, the surface area is minimum, and I believe it actually applies to the part D. So in part D, what we're gonna do actually is we're gonna use what we have found in part C. We found that x was equal to 3 from part C. So using this, the area will be equal to 108 over x plus, what is that? 2x squared. Substitute the 3, so it's 108 over 3 plus 2 times 3 squared, which is equal to 36 plus 18, 54 square meters. Okay, so this is the area of the container. Now, for every 10 square meters, we need $20. So what we're gonna do, we will divide 54 meters squared by 10 meters squared. It will be 5.4. So we need 16s of paint, which each costs $20. So times $20, it's equal to $120 in total. But the question is not very clear. The question is not saying find. There's a problem with the question. They're not suggesting us to use x equal to 3, but from part C we have found x equal to 3, and we can apply that in the part D. Otherwise, we don't know what the area is. We don't know what x is. But since in part C x is 3, we'll use that, and the answer is $120. Okay? Question 10, the last one. The following diagram shows the graph of f of x is equal to 2x root ax squared minus x squared. Okay, so this is given. Part A. The line L is tangent to the graph of f at origin O. The point PAB lies on L. So given that f derivative is given by this expression, find the equation of the line L. Now first of all, the line L here is tangent to the graph at origin, which is 0, 0, 0, 0. So what we're gonna do is we'll find the derivative at 0. Just substitute the 0 instead of x. It'll be 2a squared minus 4 times 0 squared divided by a squared minus 0 squared, right? Which is equal to 2a squared over, the bottom is just a, okay? Because 0 just disappears. So this is equal to 2a. So 2a is the value of the derivative at 0. Now also the other thing that you should know is that any line looks like this, mx plus c, and then the m is the gradient. Gradient is found by finding the value of the derivative. And since this line L here, the line L, is tangent to the curve at this point, at the origin, we're going to use the 0 and substitute into the derivative. Use point 0, origin, and substitute into the derivative to find the gradient. So now gradient we have found is 2a. So we're going to, instead of m, put 2a. Y is equal to 2ax plus c. Now to find the value of c, the constant, since we know that the line passes through the origin, 0, 0. Instead of x and y, we could put 0 and 0. So 0 is equal to 2a times 0 plus c. As you can see, this is 0, this is 0, so that means c is equal to 0. Now finally, this equation, the equation of the line is y is equal to 2ax. Okay? It's all because this line passes through the origin, and at the same time, this line is tangent to the curve at the origin. That's why we have found the derivative at the origin, as well as use this point 0 and 0 to put back into the line to find out the value of c. Okay, so hence or otherwise find the expression for b in terms of a. Now the other thing we know that is point P lies on the line, and line is given by the equation y is equal to 2ax. Point P has coordinates of a and b. A is the x coordinate, b is the y coordinate. So instead of this y, we'll put b, and instead of this x here, we'll put a, to find out that b is equal to 2a squared. Okay, b is equal to 2a squared. It's all because, one more time, it's all because this point P is on the line. The line is given by the equation y is equal to 2ax, and substitute those a and b into the line and find b is equal to 2a squared. Okay, going forward, the last page is, okay, the point QA0 lies on the graph. Let R be the region enclosed by the graph. Okay, so R is the region. Let AR be the area of the region, so that's the area of this R. Show that AR is 2 over 3 A squared. Okay, so to find the area, what we're gonna do is AR, we're gonna integrate the function itself, and the function is given by 2x root A squared minus x squared, right? You see this? We'll copy this down on this page, 2x root A squared minus x squared dx, and we're gonna integrate this from 0 to A, because it goes from 0 to A. In this question, to integrate this, let me actually just copy down this here. AR is equal to 0 to A, 2x A squared minus x squared dx. We're going to use the substitution method. The substitution, so let u, usually you will let u be equal to the most difficult part, and the most difficult part, the most annoying part here is A squared minus x squared. A squared minus x squared. And from here, what's going to happen is that we'll find du. Du is equal to, when we apply derivative to a squared, since a is constant, it disappears, it becomes 0. Apply derivative to minus x squared, it will be minus 2x, and then we need to put dx at the end, always. That's the rule. Just put dx at the end. Du is equal to minus 2x times dx. Alright, so from here, AR now is gonna be equal to 0 and then a 2x. Instead of inside the square root, we'll have u and then dx. Now, as you can see here, we have 2x times dx, and we have found previously that du is equal to minus 2x dx. So we can right away tell that 2x dx is equal to just negative du. Agree? Because we'll have du is equal to minus 2x dx. 2x times dx is equal to minus du. So this integral now becomes from 0 to a, 2x times dx, so write root u first and then minus du times the negative du. So what's going to happen? This negative sign will go outside the integral, so negative 0 and then a. Root u is u to the power of 1 over 2, and then du. Okay, so from here, integral of u to the power 1 over 2 is just u to the power of 3 over 2 divided by 3 over 2. Because we increase the power by 1, okay? And then this all is integrated from 0 to a. So let's simplify this a bit. When we simplify this, it's going to be equal to minus 2 over 3, u 3 over 2. Integrate this from 0 to a, it's equal to, I always put the curly brackets like this when I find the integrals. So substitute a into this, it's minus 2 over 3, a to the power 3 over 2 minus 2 over 3 times 0, 0 to the power 3 over 2. But this just disappears because it's 0. Okay, so finally, what's going to happen is, oh, I forgot to do one thing. Okay, so please don't do this mistake again. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna edit this part, so I hope you will learn something from my mistake here. So you see, in substitution when we let u be equal to a squared minus x squared, we also absolutely have to change the boundaries. So now initially the boundaries have been 0 and a. See this? 0 and a are the boundaries. Now the new boundaries, since u is equal to a squared minus x squared, we know that x initially goes from 0 to a, right? Now u will be going from, substitute the 0 into this equation. So a squared minus 0 squared is a squared. And substitute this a into the equation again. So a squared minus a squared is 0. So you see, u now goes from a squared to 0. So this is absolutely very important. I actually forgot about this. What an embarrassment, but I hope you will learn something from my mistake. Please don't do this again. Please don't do my mistake, okay? So we're gonna go back. It's not too severe. You can just go back and change it up. So here it should be from a squared to 0. So a squared on the bottom and then 0 on the top. A squared on the bottom and then 0 on the top. Okay? A squared on the bottom and then 0 on the top here. Okay, so a squared on the bottom and then 0 on the top. Right? Because of this thing here. And let me erase this part. And so put the two curly brackets. So put the 0 first, minus 2 over 3 times 0 to the power of 3 over 2 minus negative 2 over 3, and then a squared to the power of 3 over 2. Okay, so this part is 0, gone, so minus sign is just plus, so 2 over 3 times a. So a squared to the power of 3 over 2 will be just 2 times 3 over 2, which means it's 2 over 3. A, 2 times 3 over 2 is just 3. Okay, so this is the area AR. So AR is this, as desired, as wanted. Okay, so the last one. Let AT be the area of triangle OPQ, given that AT is equal to KAR, find the value of K. Now, OPQ, where's the OPQ? Is this triangle, right? Now, as you can see, this PQ is the vertical line, all because the Q has x-coordinate of A, and then P has x-coordinate of A. So A is just straight line, right? X-coordinate of both of the points is A. And so how to find the area of triangle here? It's quite easy, right? We just multiply the base times the height and divide by 2, because the angle here is 90. Because one is horizontal, the other one is vertical. So the length of OQ here is A times length of PQ here is B, divide by 2. That's the area of triangle OPQ. And then we also know that from the previous, from the few minutes back, we know that b is equal to 2a squared, right? You see this? B is equal to 2a squared. So using this, substitute here, a times instead of b is 2a squared divided by 2. So 2 and 2 will cancel out, so it's a cubed, okay? So a cubed is the area of the AT. And then now AT is equal to this, so AT we found is a cubed. AR, what was that? From the previous part is 2 over 3, a cubed. Therefore K is just 2 over 3. Okay, K is 2 over 3. That is it basically. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. It will help me a lot to grow on this channel, and it will also keep you updated. As soon as I post the video, you will get a notification, and if you're an IB student, I think this will be very, very useful for you. Today it was the May 2016 paper 1, time zone 2, and more papers are coming. I am here. This is my office. It's in Hong Kong, Causeway Bay. I am a math tutor. My name is Kairat. If you're for the first time here, subscribe to my channel, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If there's anything that I can improve, please let me know in the comments. That will help me a lot to improve the quality of these videos. And I will be transparent with you. Whatever mistake I do, I will just be open about this, and I hope you will learn something from the mistakes that I make. I'm not perfect. I do mistakes as everyone does, but I hope to make as little as possible. And so that's it basically. Not to make this too long, I will see you all in the next video, and keep studying hard, and all the best in your exams, okay? I'll see you in the next one.